This might be the best Land Cruiser build at the show. Westcott Designs put this thing together in 90 days. Pre-runner concept that has Sparco race seats, rigid lights, brand new rigid pod lights up here that are insane. You got a roll cage in the back. Everything on this is custom, including the long travel kit underneath. Really insane build in the back here. You got seating for 3 because you don't need 2 seats when you have that much suspension. You got the full-size spare in the back here, and overall, just like really, really clean build. So cool and fun. Westcott Designs did this in 90 days. That's wild. We're in the TWG booth with a sick Lexus GX 550. I am in love with these things. The wrap is a like crystal gray metallic. You have a full solar panel up top right here. SC Motorsports looks like the potential builder. Up top, you got the inspired overland rooftop tent that looks like this whole thing flips over. It looks really low profile. Modded Toyotas on Instagram, roto packs on the side. I like this look, definitely adds some heavy duty heftiness. I'm not sure what rack that is, but check out this rear tire carrier. This both swings out, which makes it really low profile, and you got a Whittle Wada right here. You have the 5150 whips a little, probably either, you guys are gonna help me out with this. I'm assuming it's a mobile antenna extender, but I'm not 100% sure. On the side, you got some really clean side steps. Looks like those are up overland potentially. I'm not 100% sure. And then we have the Dirt Life beadlock wheels, rad flow suspension, and this bumper is really clean. I like the aftermarket bumpers on the Lexus GX 550s because they conform to the body lines, but really awesome job on this build. We're in the Ironman 4x4 booth with a really awesome Land Cruiser. Check out this heavy duty bumper with the brush guard. You got some Ironman 4x4 LED lights right here, an integrated Warn winch. That might not be a Warn winch, but it is a winch. And then up top, a really sleek roof rack with the integrated light bar. This is not that common to actually have a little cutout and have it look that good. So I really like what they did there. The wrap looks fantastic. These are some heavy duty side steps / skid plates that are gonna protect your body. And then we got Method racing wheels. Ironman also has a suspension setup. The IM 2.5 series looks like it's lifted. Those are 35-inch tires. And then nothing in the back, but I will say these new products for the Land Cruiser are pretty sick. 2 thumbs up. Ironman 4x4. We're in the Hankook tire booth with Zachary Deel's Land Cruiser. This is a first-gen Land Cruiser, twin turbo, 4-cylinder that I talked to him yesterday. He said even with 35s on it, this thing rips. The turbos spool up. There's plenty of power for all of you thinking that this thing isn't gonna have enough power. Now, what I really like about this build is the Descent off-road kit on here. This front bumper conforms to the body lines, has the integrated rigid light bar that is super clutch. And up top, check out this rack. I like how the rack is almost like a turtle shell, kind of comes across, gives you a little bit of extra protection. Still, you can load it up. You got the side lights right here, a front light bar. So when you're on the trail, this is really gonna shine. These are really clean side steps. And then on the back is probably the best part in my opinion. This swing out rear bumper, not only do you have a full-size spare tire, a power tank, a roto pack. Don't do this at home, kids. I got permission from Zach. This thing opens up, and instead of having a little clamp right here that locks it in place that always tends to break, you could soft close it. But real quick before I do that, check this out. An additional storage unit right there, pretty sweet. So when you close it, that's it. How sick is that? Both of these swing out, give you access to the back. Awesome build. Check him out, Zachary Deel. You probably know him from Instagram. Solid dude that creates some really cool content. And this Land Cruiser is mwah, mwah. Politics may be rife with controversy, but there's one thing we can all agree on that you need to write your local congressman about. Bring the Hilux back to the United States of America, or bring it to the United States of America. It is an outrage that this thing is not available in the US market, especially one as built at like this. This is the Air Design Toyota Hilux that is just decked out to the nines. I really like that front bumper, these little flares right here allow you to be very streamlined. You got the snorkel, you got the rack up top. In the back, you got a full rack system with some Max Trax traction boards right here. Overall, the biggest thing that I'm going to take away from this is I want one in the United States and I want it now. So write your congressmen, women, and men and tell them. Otherwise, we're just not going to get it. Hey, are you enjoying this awesome content? Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon because we're going to be producing over 10 videos throughout the course of SEMA this week. And if you subscribe and leave a comment in any of our videos, you're automatically entered to win a free Roam Adventure cooler. We're giving away a bunch of them to our fans and anyone who watches our content throughout the show. Right behind me is the Rox Concept Land Cruiser by Toyota. This thing is rad. 37-inch tires. They chopped the back as an ode to the tradition of Land Cruisers having the open top. I think this could be a real competitor to Broncos and Jeeps if they end up doing a production model of it. The back flips over into a truck bed. I love the chopped doors on it. It looks really clean and menacing. 37-inch tires is a great setup for this. Even with the twin turbo 4-cylinder, you still have enough power to get those going if you re-gear. You got the full-size tire on the back. The interior custom work on the leather is fantastic. It's so clean and beautiful in person. I wish you guys were here to see it. We're in the Alphar Rex booth with a Tacoma Beast Tacoma. This thing has the C4 fabrication front bumper that's really clean. Of course, the brand new Alphar Rex front headlights and rear headlights. We got Baja Designs lights with the Baja Design light bar. I like this little light bar mount. I like how you don't need a full rack if you don't want it. You could just mount your lights right there. The C4 side steps right here, really clean. I like, again, I'm gonna say this a lot, I don't like side steps that just stick out, that gets caught up in rocks. I like that you could go up and over and it still protects your body. You have Vossen wheels on here. We ran these before on our Ram 1500 TRX. These are the HFX ones, really clean in the bronze. And then you have Camberg lower control arms. I'm not sure what the suspension setup is. And then a Kuwait rack on the back. That is a really clean rack. Tons of molly panels. You could mount a bike right here. We got the FSR tent that flips all the way over. And then in the back, to put the cherry on top, a C4 fabrication rear bumper. Really cool build at the Alphar Rex booth. So obviously I'm biased on this one, and it's gonna be my favorite build at the show because it's ours. It's a 2024 TRD Pro Sequoia with the Alphar Rex front headlights, CBI off-road front bumper, rigid lights from head to toe. One thing I really like about our build is the integrated adapt light bar that goes into this overland rough racks rack system. And the rack actually conforms to the body of the Sequoia because it comes in at the side. We got 35-inch Wild Peak tires. Those are RTs with the Icon Vehicle Dynamics suspension, a one-of-a-kind and nose detect wrap. And the best thing about the Sequoia is it could be yours. We're giving it away at Forge 4x4, and if you enjoyed this video and you love Sequoias, you got to go check it out. Go to forge4x4.com to get your entries to win. We're in the Ironman 4x4 booth with a pretty sweet Tacoma. This thing has, similar to the Land Cruiser, a huge brush guard on this front bumper. This thing is heavy duty stainless steel. We have we have an integrated winch placement that doesn't have a winch in there right now. Some LED lights with the amber covers that you could take off. On the side, similar tubular design on the side steps that are, I've never seen tubulars this big, which is nice if you want to protect your body. Up top, a really sleek rack, and then this canopy system is really heavy duty, super rad. I love being able to have the pass-through and the storage on the other side. Ironman 4x4, really cool stuff. And real quick on the other side, this storage solution is cool. What I like about it is you close it and that light would turn off normally. You got some LEDs on here, but a ton of storage solutions, and you could see everything with the glass on there. I haven't seen that in a canopy system yet, and it's pretty cool. Overall, really awesome Tacoma build. This is my favorite Tundra build of the entire show. This is CampZilla, built by Complete Customs out of Texas. Let's just start with the front area and work our way back. You got the ADD off-road bumper with the rigid light bar right here. That is all like, oh, pretty basic, but then you notice, why is this thing so wide? Oh, because it's got a Fiberworks fiberglass wide body kit on the front and the back. But that's not all. This is a 1794 edition, which gets you all the trim packages that you would ever want on the interior, including some brown saddle leather seats. And then we have the first production ever of the Camberg upper control arms, Fox racing shocks, all in order to fit 39-inch BFGs and some Vossen HFX1 wheels. Those are really sick. Now, when we start making our way back, we got rigid lights on the top, rigid 360s on the side. This wrap is just fantastic. I love the design. And then we get to some awesome goodies. This is the longer bed Tundra that has the full JL audio system right here. You got the full camp kitchen setup. This folds up and that closes down on the RSI Smart Cap. But that's not all. Alu cab, you got the 360-degree awning, you got the alu cab rooftop tent, you got some kayaks on top, and we're still working our way back. Now check out this mountain bike system. It mounts to the rack itself. So if you wanted to tow something with this, you could still do it easily because that ADD off-road bumper is exposed and you could use that to tow a trailer as well. We're gonna keep on going on the other side. On this RSI Smart Cap, there's 2 storage units on both sides. One is a kitchen. This one is for all your tools and accessories, all laser cut, so everything is in its place. This closes down, up and out of the way, and you would never know that this is an extreme off-road vehicle. And in the back, there's a deck system and all sorts of cool stuff that we can't do right now because of the mountain bikes, but Complete Customs did a ridiculous job on CampZilla. This thing is 2 thumbs up. Oh, one last thing. How does it maintain balance with all of this additional weight on the back? Oh, airbags, of course, because why not? Really awesome build. I love it. I want it. I want it. I want it. Sometimes at SEMA you find these hidden gems that you didn't look for it, but all of a sudden you saw it. Right here I saw the 6.2 liter supercharge. We know this because that's what is on every Ram 1500 TRX. So I double checked, and underneath the hood here, you can see it is a Hellcat indeed. 6.2 liters of supercharged awesomeness on this Toyota Tacoma. Pre-runner, Camberg wheels and tires. We got worn locking rear axles, Vulcan racing wheels, Toyo MT tires, long travel kit, wide body. Everything on this was modified. You can't even open up the hood. I don't even know how you would do it, but this thing is all custom. I bet it goes 150 miles an hour in the desert. Check out this roof rack light system. You got some Baja designs in there, tucked in, really, really cool and clean. PRP racing seats, and even a little handbrake for good measure. You can even see the Hellcat shifter in there, a death grip, steering wheel in the back. This is all heavy duty loaded up. Look at the fuel tank on this thing, nuts. A ton of custom work, ME50, the wide body. This Tacoma is the Tacoma that your girlfriend warned you about. This is a $200,000 rig, easy, maybe even more. All King shocks, looks like a ground up chassis. If you were to take a regular Tacoma and put a 702 horsepower engine into it, it would explode. Like it just, you got to redo everything from the ground up. This build is nuts. I got to see some videos of it. Send me a link if you guys have seen this Tacoma out doing crazy things, because I want to see it. So there you have it. That's my favorite Toyota builds at the SEMA Show for 2024. This year was filled with a ton of Land Cruisers, rightly so, some Lexus GX 550s, and then of course your standard Toyota and Tundra awesome builds, a couple 4Runners sprinkled in there, and the biggest thing that I noticed is there was only one Sequoia at the show. This bad boy, besides the Toyota one, which was not even modified, pretty lame. This bad boy is going fast. November 21st is the last day to get entered to win, so make sure you get your entries before the deadline.